Alright, what up? Okay, so I know a lot about being on the internet and people saying racist crap all over the internet. And it's really is a bunch of crap, like how people, they wouldn't say it in real life, most of them. But it's sort of like this closet racism. Like, a lot of people really do have that sort of closet racist mentality. Sort of like they are racist, but they don't say nothing, you know? They don't say anything about it. But they have the mentality of a racist. It's just sort of like it's not acceptable as much to be racist, but no one cares when it's kept to close friends. You know, there are lots of people that are sort of like they're not racist when you go talk to them in their everyday life. But you know, if their kid starts dating a black person, they start having a problem. Like that's exactly what I like what I'm talking about. And I mean, I think that we see this on all sides. You know, no color is more likely to be racist than another, and I've found that out. I mean, yeah. It's I think it's seen as worse that when a white person is towards an African American, towards any other group, because of how much racism has gone on towards those groups, especially I think Brother Raleigh said in his track, like, only generations away from the world's most despicable slave or betrayed. So, like, how are we going to try to say, like, try to claim that all these other people, oh, no, it's the black people that are really being racist. They're the more racist ones. I don't think that black people owned white slaves. That's not funny, but, it's a load of crap. I mean, any type of racism is wrong. Any type of racism is a display of ignorance. It can come from any side. I mean, I've gotten it from every group of people because, I mean, it's like, oh, you cracker trying to rap your little crack. And I've also gotten like, oh, you wigger, why would you want to act like a nigger, you terrible freaking... Why are you trying to be like a nigger? You're white. Don't you look in the mirror, son? And like, whatever. It's just... It's a display of ignorance, just to put it simply. People who have to judge someone on skin color are obviously insecure, and obviously have something wrong up here if they gotta worry about what color someone's skin is. And it's true, a lot of people are sort of like cowards about it. Like, they keep the mentality, but they know that it's not acceptable. They know that they could get... Now, I don't support violence in response to anything, but they do know they can get their ass beat for being racist. And so they don't do it in real life. They insult people over the internet because you're anonymous. It doesn't do anything to your reputation. It doesn't do anything like that. It just is, I guess. One more thing. Racism funny. Well, I think that racist jokes can be funny. I've laughed at a couple racist jokes myself. And they've been some pretty terrible ones. Honestly, I want to see more white jokes. I've heard a couple, but it's lacking the amount of white jokes. But come on, there's lots to laugh at white people for. Yeah, I think that some racism can be funny, and racist humor isn't the problem. The problem is when people take racist humor and apply it to their everyday life. And I mean, overdoing the racist humor can, lead to people actually having that mentality. And there's kind of a thin line between humor and reality that there really is, because humor is just like a lot of times an inflated version of how you're actually feeling, an inflated version of something that's within yourself. So if I were a racist and I was always telling like black jokes, but I wasn't 100% racist, like I was cool with black kids, I was cool with Mexican kids, I was cool with whoever, but I told all these jokes. It's the same way. Just like someone could say they're okay with gay people but always be telling gay jokes. Well, they do kind of have an internalized homophobia, but it's kind of a step up, you know what I mean? Like, it's better to be joking about it. It's better to joke about everything that's happened than to allow history to repeat itself. It's better to have somewhat of a lighthearted attitude towards it than to actually take on such a mentality. It's we all have our faults, and to joke about it sometimes is the only way we can cope. So, is it funny to be racist? I really don't think so. I think that it can be in the way it's presented. Um, Only because people are laughing at the racist. You know what I mean? If you're laughing because something's racist, then maybe you could be laughing because you're trying to make kind of like the best of a bad situation in a way. Poking fun in America, poking fun at wherever you're from. Poking fun at racism in the world, so they don't get all depressed over it. But if you're laughing at someone who's being racist, again, it's a real problem, but you're laughing at them. If you're laughing because you agree with them, like it's funny because it's true, then you're a racist. If it's funny because it's 100% true, like legitimate truth. So I really just don't think skin color matters. I think that people put too much emphasis on it, and I think that in a perfect world we wouldn't even worry about that. In a perfect world, we wouldn't even like skin color wouldn't even matter. It's skin pigment. Grow up, okay? So with Spike here, peace out, and much love to my subs. Peace.